My current mental state is just anticipation of what's next, what's going to happen. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. So, as you can tell by the title, life update. Life has been coming at me hard and crazy these last 6 weeks. It's been a very challenging time, but also very clarifying. So before we get into this video, please remember to like and subscribe and join the journey. Let's get started. So let's first start my first major aspect of life, which is school. So first semester was totally a whirlwind. I met amazing people, some really good friends. I was at school felt like I was at campus for 2 weeks. And then it came to making the switch to being online, which was really difficult for me at first. But if you watch my video, tips and tricks of surviving online, you will figure out what I did. But during that time, it gave me lots of time to research and figure out, like, what must I do with my life? Because I've never been one of those people that knew this is exactly what my plan must be and this is where it must go. So I'm constantly contemplating, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? So I came up with a decision to triple major. I know. So in the BA faculty, you normally double major, I think. No, yeah, I think you double major, I'm not too sure. So at first it was going to be psychology and Afrikaans. So I chose Afrikaans because I was like, I could be a teacher, because the psychology, trying to get into honors, it's a tough craze. And I just needed, a backup plan. So I was like, okay, I could do my PGCE and I could be an Afrikaans teacher. I love Afrikaans, I love kids, I could be a teacher. And I've just been thinking, like, do I want to be a teacher? I come from a family of teachers and nurses, and I've always known, like, teaching is not exactly what I want to do. So I decided that I'll triple major. I'll take sociology as one of my other majors, just as a extra backup plan. And I'll keep I could double major in like psych and sociology, but Afrikaans is my fun subject. Afrikaans is what I'm good at, so I really want, that A. You need one subject just to make you feel quiet that you've got an A. And then just before my end of semester one exam started, it was literally 5 days before my exam started, my aunt passed away, and it was super sudden, so unexpected, and it totally threw me out, because now I don't only have school stress and lockdown and pandemic, I have an extra element, which is grief. And I have to write exams during this grief, and we went to Oudtshoorn, where my family is, because my mom had to help with funeral, like, plans and whatever, and it physically took me cutting myself off from family and this entire sad situation to just get through my exams. And for someone that honestly wanted to give up every day, I did really well in my end of semester exams. I have 3 A's, so I'm proud of myself. And it was literally, the fact that I've got 3 A's is such a blessing, because I told my mom every day, I know I need to study, but I can't. I know what I need to do, but it was like I was just going through the motions. I would get up, for example, my one exam was at 8 a.m. I woke up at 8 a.m., took the exam, and went straight back to bed, and I stayed there. So it was tough, but we made it through. We made it through, and that's just what I focus on, the fact that the only way out of the fire is to go through the fire. So might be a little bent, might be a little crispy, but we got through it. On the days during that week that it just felt like I had no motivation to carry on with modules, and I had no motivation to carry on studying, I just envisioned myself on the steps of the main hall taking my graduation pictures in like 2 years' time, positive counting in 2 years' time. And it just made me remember you are one step closer to the rest of your life. You are one day closer to your degree. You are one day closer to living the life that you are supposed to be living. We're not going to give up right now. So that's just how we got through semester 1 of university. We passed. Moving on to greater things in life. So in more personal life, as I've said, my aunt died, and just made me realize once again what a crazy time it is. We went to my family's house. Now you're living in someone else's house, so you can't social distance and you can't wear your mask all the time because honestly, you need air. So it was so hard to try and just keep my distance from people at the same time. Don't just hug everybody. And the kids were there, and my kids are the kids of my life. So like don't kiss them. You can give hugs, but don't kiss them. Things like that. And it's also just difficult to grieve because you need someone to hold you while you cry. You want to comfort each other. So how do you just social distance but your family members crying? As I said, my coping mechanism was just cutting myself off from all that was happening, plans. I didn't need to know what the um, funeral plans were. I just knew that Nina has to do a reading at the memorial service, and I have to do a reading at the service when the coffin is at the house. So I knew I had two readings. And I also knew that if I had to fall apart at that point in time, we were not going to be able to put Nina together again to write exams. So I just cut myself off. I knew the bare minimum, and that's just how we got through. So it was that part of life. It was a crazy week. I still can't believe we lived through that week. We then came home from the funeral, and we had some family drama go down, which just caught us so off guard. It was things that I've never expected happening. And then my brother and I had the coronavirus. And by the time I went into isolation for the virus, I was done. I literally said, 2020, I had hope for you, but that's lost now. And I just felt really, really defeated. Currently, I still feel like, what the actual is happening in my life? Because I like control over my life. I like control over what's happening. And now I had none of that. No control over a global pandemic. No control over life. It's just happening. It's literally just happening. And I have to make the most of the situation of what's happening. Um, Currently, my current mental state is just anticipation of what's next, what's going to happen. Will I be okay with what's happening? Will my family come out of it whole? And it's just making me wish that this year could be over and that I can just return to my new state of normality. And that's also going to be an adjustment because obviously life is not going to be the same as it was pre-COVID. So next year is going to be another huge adjustment, going back to university hopefully. I moved out of university this weekend, so I was there for 2 months and I moved out, and that just made me so sad because it was my time to, open my wings, be alone, be independent. And look now, back at my house. I miss my friends, so it's really just a lot that's going on and a lot that's running through my mind, and keeping sane is difficult at most times, but we do it. We move, we cup on, and like I said, the only way out of the fire is going through it. And I keep my eye posted on the fact that we are so much more closer to being out of this global pandemic and being close to normality than we were a few weeks back. And with that, I can express gratitude, I can be grateful for. And just one point in time, one thing that I use is, like I said in a previous video, I reflect every day on a good thing of the day and a bad thing of the day. And every day, so far, my thing has been gratitude. I am grateful that I came out of the coronavirus alive. Not much after effects. My brother is fine. My family is fine. I've got my grandparents still. They are fine. My parents are fine and healthy, even though my dad's teaching and it's a major worry for us, but he's fine. So this is really just been a point in time where I'm still like, what is going on and why is this happening? But there's so much gratitude within me that we still are fine and that we will be fine going on. So yeah, I know this video is probably very like, yo, Nina, are you mentally okay? And no, I'm not. But I will be, and we all will be. We'll be fine. We'll get through this. I mean, we're nothing but fighters, survivors, gladiators. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you like this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!